On Apple Valley News now, millions of dollars coming to the city of Richland, the reason for the grant and the issues it will help address. Plus, the latest in the trial of a former Pasco police officer, what the defense said this week in court.
And we're still seeing those chilly December temperatures. And just when will those gray skies clear out? All the details in my First Alert forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling. Washington is getting more than $38 million from the federal government to improve safety on our roads. A large percentage of that is coming to the Tri-Cities. Apple Valley News Now's Alyssa Warner is live in Richland with a look at how that money will be spent.
Hi, Jill. Yeah, I'm here on George Washington Way. You can see behind me it's really busy. It's an extremely heavily trafficked corridor here. We heard from Senator Maria Cantwell's office that there were over 500 crashes in a 5-year period. 4 people died and more than 150 were injured. So the city of Richland is getting more than $11.7 million of that $38 million that you mentioned to make safety upgrades to try and make both George Washington and Jadwin Avenue safer for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists. Now, I talked to the Public Works Director about what they've got in mind for this project.
The plan is to make a pretty dramatic change to the road system downtown and to turn Jadwin and George Washington Way into one-way streets between Jadwin at the south end and Simons at the north end, and then add on-street protected bicycle facilities, widen sidewalks, signalize both traffic and bicycle movements, and then add a package of enhanced or protected pedestrian crossings of the street, so special signals to help pedestrians cross.
Now, the price tag for all of that is looking at about $20 million right now. The city has gotten several grants and it's pursuing several more, so this is still very much in progress. Now, changing George Washington Way to a one-way street is going to be a huge undertaking, a big difference for drivers. I'm going to talk about the timeline that the city is looking at coming up in the next 30 minutes on Apple Valley News Now. But for right now, Jill, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Alyssa. Let's turn it over to weather now. Stacey Lee joins us now with your First Alert weather forecast.
That's all right. And a chilly night out there, 40 degrees right now in our Legends Casino sky cam. Our feels like temp is 40. We have some clouds moving in. We had a few breaks of sunshine here and there, but that fog is heading back overnight tonight. Those temperatures on the chilly side in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, 29 degrees, and look for that fog to develop tomorrow morning. But then we'll see some afternoon sunshine. We're also seeing some fog developing in the Yakima area tomorrow morning, with those temperatures dropping below the freezing zone and back up into the 40s by midday. We also have an air stagnation advisory until Monday for the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. We're watching the air quality there. No outdoor burning, and please limit your use of wood burning devices in the area, which will just add to the air quality issues. Mostly cloudy, more fog for Friday, Saturday, air stagnation advisory through Monday. Get ready though, we have more showers heading our way next week. I'll get to all the details in your First Alert full weather forecast. Jill?
Thanks, Stacey. The attorney for Richard Aguirre, the former Pasco police officer accused of murdering a Spokane woman nearly 3 decades ago, is arguing someone other than her client had possible motive. Aguirre is accused of killing Ruby Doss in 1986. Doss was a sex worker. She was also known as Teresa Cox and Memphis. We will not use the names of the 2 people the defense has pointed to, since they have not been charged with this crime. Marissa Rio explains what the defense in this case presented to court Wednesday.
Richard Aguirre sat in court undisturbed. His name was hardly mentioned. Instead, the defense focused on someone else.
During the course of your investigation, did you learn about Memphis/Teresa Cox having recently upset someone by snitching?
Yes, I did.
Sahlberg was called to speak with other sex workers after Doss's death. He had learned that Doss had upset another sex worker and her pimp because she snitched on her to the cops. The defense focused on the pimp.
Did you consider a person of interest in this case.
Yes.
When you turned that information over to the detectives on the case, did you assume that they would follow up?
Yes.
Another officer had more to add.
During the course of your investigation, you learned that and had to get out of town quickly right after the death of Memphis, correct?
That was information I was given, that was given by the two gals I initially contacted, yes.
The prosecution argued that the issue with the sex worker and pimp had been dealt with days before Doss was killed. Police had spoken with the sex worker and she was released.
That was Marissa Rio reporting. A detective on the case did testify 2 weeks ago. He said the pimp's name did come up in the investigation, but evidence didn't point to him. This trial is expected to last through early next week. Aguirre could face up to a maximum of life in prison if convicted. Now, the latest on the investigation into the death of an Evergreen State College student. 2 other students who got sick have both been released from the hospital. Both had signs of potential carbon monoxide poisoning. That after law officers found a 21-year-old man from DuPont dead Monday evening in the same apartment. His cause of death has not been released. The Washington State Patrol says a forensic engineering firm that specializes in carbon monoxide investigations spent Tuesday examining the apartment where the student were found. That part of the investigation has been completed. Dozens of Evergreen State College students showed up on campus Wednesday to remember the man who died, 21-year-old Jonathan Rodriguez. The most outspoken of his friends holds the administration accountable for his death.
So many people on this campus have been harmed by mold in the dorm, something going wrong with their dorm.
The conditions here are just terrible.
The executive vice president of Evergreen State College says their specialists are making arrangements for another round of tests, but these students say they're not waiting for the results. They bought their own carbon monoxide detectors and installed them in their campus homes. 15 months after breaking ground on the Yakima Nation Multipurpose Justice Center, construction on the $13 million facility is finally complete. Dozens of federal, state, tribal, county, city, and community members celebrated at a ribbon cutting this morning. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell was there and got a sneak peek inside the new building.
It's actually 3 facilities that have been built onto the existing jail. That includes a brand new police station, a brand new Justice Services Administration office, and a brand new courthouse, now all located in the same space.
It's a dream that's been years in the making, and one Yakima Tribal Council Law and Order Committee Chairman Jeremy Takala says they desperately need it.
Through our court system, we were having issues with, summer hot weather where the heat and air, the air system wasn't functioning properly. We had water and sewer issues. We were very limited on office space.
Now they have brand new, up-to-date facilities they say will make the criminal justice process more efficient.
We have additional courtrooms. We have additional office space for our clerks. We have additional space for public safety. We have additional space for the JSA, the Justice Service Administrator.
But it's not over yet.
We still have work to do where, we need additional correction facilities or cells, juvenile detention facility or detox, and of course, it relates to rehabilitation, having wraparound services ready, available.
And a bigger police force.
We need at least, I mentioned 76 officers based on FBI standards to patrol the 1.4 million plus acres that, our officers have jurisdiction over. It's tribal members.
Right now, they have just 20 patrol officers and 10 game wardens. 9 new recruits are incoming, but they need more.
I feel there is interest for our tribal members to become an officer. It's just we need to give them, a competitive wage and also benefits because it's a dangerous job.
They're still working on getting some parts of the building done, but they're hoping to move in soon. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
It promises to be a place where friends and families can cool off and have a great time. The city of Pasco says a design build team has been chosen for the aquatic facility project, and we'll have an update. Plus, the hazards of the holiday season, what authorities say you can do to protect yourself and your family. And find out when our gray skies will clear up. Stacey Lee is tracking your first alert forecast. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Ben Franklin Transit is hiring safety-oriented coach operators. Become a crucial part of the Tri-Cities community and provide a vital service to our riders. Get out from behind a desk and experience a workday that keeps you moving. Enjoy CDL training, comprehensive benefits, and generous paid time off. When you're driving for Ben Franklin Transit, you're part of a growing team of community-oriented professionals. Apply now to join the Ben Franklin Transit team.
At Mattress Depot USA, we believe everyone is entitled to a good night's sleep regardless of their credit situation. That's why we're approving everyone for up to $1,200 towards the purchase of a new mattress with no credit needed. You spend a third of your life in bed, and a comfortable mattress is essential for providing quality of life. $3,000 credit, 100-day savings cash with no credit needed. Only at Mattress Depot USA.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
A little over 10 years ago, my family and I decided to get involved with the Arc of Tri-Cities to work with the kids to have a good time. We would dance, we would do crafts. What I didn't know getting involved is how much it would impact me and our families' lives. We're blessed to live here and to work with local nonprofits, so it's really important to support those in need. I'm John Inman, and I'm driving change at McCurley.
Get financing as low as 0.9% on the new Mazda CX-90 during Season of Inspiration.
Save now with Bi-Mart's Christmas Savings Book, arriving in your mailbox this week, or pick up a copy in-store. Brown and Haley Rokas are just $4.99. Members save $2. Idaho and mashed potatoes are 5 for $5. Martinelli's Sparkling Cider is 2 for $5. Plus save $4 on Blue Diamond bagged almonds. Member priced at $4.99. Save more this Christmas season at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
When you love the environment, you work to protect it. The Subaru Solterra electric SUV, Subaru's first all-electric, zero-emissions SUV.
We've got some catching up to do.
Sure do. Built to help you protect the environment as you explore it. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Find your way home in a new Subaru Solterra from McCurley Subaru during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
'Tis the season of giving at Walker's Furniture, as we use this time of year for inventory reduction. Selling all last year model, overstocked, and discontinued items at savings of 15 to 40% off. With over $12 million to choose from, like living room furniture, bedroom furniture, or cute accessories for your home. Plus, take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years during the year-end inventory reduction sale at Walker's.
If you get in a funk or depression during winter months, you could have seasonal affective disorder. We have ways to fight back against SAD at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health, your 5-star rated hospital. This is how we care.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Many people are decking the halls in preparation for Christmas, which is now less than 2 weeks away. But bringing all these extra decorations into your home comes with an increased fire risk. I spoke with the Pasco Fire Department's Ben Shearer about how to keep the festivities from going up in flames. It's a beautiful time of year as people usher in the holidays with trees, lights, and decorations. But if you're not careful, all that holiday cheer could become hazardous.
When you're heating your home, and then you bring in all this stuff that's very flammable into your home, bad things can happen sometimes.
Ensuring a safe season begins when you're shopping for that perfect Christmas tree.
I'm gonna give this tree a little shake. It's outside, so it's dripping water on us. That's a good thing. But we didn't have a big cascade falling of needles. So that tells me this tree's not already stressed, and that's a good sign.
Ben Shearer with the City of Pasco Fire Department says start by selecting a healthy tree. Then make sure you cut a couple inches off the trunk and get it in some water.
If you don't let that happen, that tree's going to dry out very quickly, and then you're going to end up with a torch in the corner of your living room.
Keep the tree at least 3 feet away from heating sources and make sure anything going on the tree is safe to use.
We like to decorate our tree with lots of different things, so we use paper rings, strings of popcorn, All those things can be very flammable.
Strings of lights should come with a UL certification, and Shearer says it's important to check if they are for indoor or outdoor use before using them in any particular location. If a tree does catch fire, it can go up in flames in a few minutes or less.
You can reach 1,500 degrees in your house by a single tree, Christmas tree fire, whether it's real or artificial.
But it's not just trees that can be an issue. Fires caused by candles and cooking are more common this time of year.
Anytime you're cooking on the stovetop, stay in the kitchen. If you can't stay in there, make sure you have a timer with you so you remind yourself to go back and check that often.
And as an added precaution, it's a good time of year to make sure your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms are working so you can respond to the danger quickly should a fire threaten to steal your holiday spirit. And of course, if you do have a real tree, you'll want to dispose of it before those needles dry up after the holidays.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's see what's happening outside. Our Dust Devil Giza Stadium sky cam looking cloudy. It's hard to see in the dark there, but traffic's moving along nicely on I-182. 40 degrees outside, our dew point at 35 degrees, and our feels like temp is 40. Winds are non-existent. Here's what's happening out on satellite and radar. We have a lot of activity. Most of it is pointing to the north of Washington state. So a little bit of a warm front moving in. Some of those clouds, you'll see it starting to clear. So we'll actually get a little bit of sunshine. We're riding in between two jet streams here for Oregon and Washington. That'll usher in some clearer skies. However, we're still going to be seeing fog developing in the region. Most of the shower and snow activity heading into Canada and the northern portion of the Cascade Mountains. So a pretty mellow forecast going ahead. We see these clouds tonight covering our region, starting to get out of the area by tomorrow morning. However, that's when we're going to see some fog developing along the foothills of the Blues, Columbia Basin, and in the Yakima Valley. Getting into our Saturday, again, not a lot of activity on our futurecast. We'll start to see that northerly flow of winds and those temperatures staying on the cool side. Now, we do have an air stagnation advisory for the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. That is in place through Monday. Poor air quality could develop here in the next couple of days, so we'll be keeping a close eye on that. No outdoor burning and limit your wood-fired stoves. Now, we're already starting to see a little bit of marginal air developing in the Toppenish area this evening. Elsewhere, nice and green, so that means good air quality. Tri-Cities 7-day trend. We are trending right at average for today, but we start dropping down as we'll see cooler air filtering in from Canada and then a little warm up as we get into the first part of next week. So temperatures 40s, a little bit warmer in the Yakima Valley, trending down on Monday, then moving right back into the 40s. And so far, is it going to be a white Christmas? Probably not in the lower elevations this year. If you're taking a road trip this weekend, first time we haven't seen any rain for the Seattle area this weekend. We'll have 40s and 50s for the high, temperatures in the 30s at night. Moving into Portland over the weekend, a little overcast and cloudy, but no rain. 50s during the day, 30s at night. And into the Spokane area should be okay. We see partly sunny skies on Friday. We'll see if that fog settling in on Saturday. Temperatures a little bit cooler up north with those overnight lows in the 20s. Let's take a look at our temps for tonight. Chilly, grab that coat. It's going to be cold. We have everybody pretty much under the freezing level. Sunnyside at 28, Yakima 30 tonight. Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, similar cool temperatures here as well. The warm spot being Hermiston at 30, 29 for the Tri-Cities. And looking at the foothills of the Blues, we've got 30 for Milton, Freewater, Walla Walla, and Dayton. Pendleton at 28. Taking a peek at our temperatures for tomorrow. Again, some sun breaks, some more early morning fog should move out in the afternoon, so get ready. Should be a nice looking sunset. Remember to get out there and snap those weather photos and send them in. Let's plan your day out the door. A little bit of fog, chilly temperatures, and climbing up about 10 degrees by the middle of the afternoon. Same thing in the Tri-Cities. We'll see the fog and cloud cover there with temperatures in the mid-30s. So a little bit cooler because of the cloud cover and a little bit of fog there in the Tri-Cities, but pray for that afternoon sunshine. I think we'll get it. Stick around. I still have our reason to smile coming up here in just a few minutes. Jill?
You might see them around town tonight. The colorful convoy of Lower Valley Christmas trucks expected in Kennewick this hour. Details ahead on Apple Valley News Now.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
George and Heidi use Verizon. Dan and Tina have Spectrum Mobile. With Verizon, George and Heidi pay way more for their 2 unlimited lines. With Spectrum, Dan and Tina get 1 unlimited mobile line for $29.99 and their second line free. And with Spectrum, there are no added taxes or hidden fees. Dan and Tina save big, over $1,500 in savings. So George and Heidi, what do you think?
We're switching to Spectrum.
Get 1 unlimited line for $29.99 and get your next line free. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of it in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Your Seahawks are back on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles come to Seattle for a primetime NFC showdown. The Eagles battle the Hawks at 5. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now primetime. It's all Monday night.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
There once was a famed country music philosopher named Joe Diffie who said, if it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't have tailgates. So this got me thinking, if we didn't have tailgates, we wouldn't have tailgate parties. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't have tailgate parties, we probably wouldn't have football. And if we didn't have football, well anyway, I'm just thankful for tailgates, that's all. Here's to a great tailgate season. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Next ET, we're with the Clooneys in New York City. Plus, Zachary Levi helps us celebrate a Hollywood legend.
Welcome to Dick Van Dyke, 98 Years of Magic.
Oh! Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Before it went through decades of design work, your mattress started with the most important detail of all, our name. Stearns & Foster, Uncover Exceptional.
Mattress Depot USA.
New at 6, 2 firms will head up the design and construction of a new aquatic center in Pasco. According to the Pasco Public Facilities District, Boughton Construction of Richland and NAC Architecture of Spokane will design and build the center. Voters in 2022 approved a 0.2% sales and use tax to fund construction of the operation of the facility, and later a competition pool. The City of Pasco says collection of the tax began last January with the selection of a design-build team. The project moves to public input and eventually the design phase. The Pasco Public Facilities District says it will reach out to the public soon for input on the project. Well, any woman who's experienced it can tell you just how challenging morning sickness is. Researchers think they know what's responsible for it. That's ahead at 6:30. But first, Stacey Lee has your reason to smile.
And our reason to smile, a beautiful sunset today with those clouds starting to roll back in. No one is claiming this photo, so it's by anonymous. Don't be shy. Get outside, snap your photos, and send them to me, S. Lee, at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Reason to smile brought to you by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental in Pasco.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Feel the magic of Christmas at Walker's Furniture with big savings of 15 to 40% off. And say yes to no money down, no minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years, making it the season to remember at Walker's.
In a time when good service is hard to find, turn to Mel's Inner City Collision in your time of need, serving the Tri-Cities for nearly 50 years. With towing, repair, painting, and more, trust in Mel's. Mel's Inner City Collision, treating you and your car with respect.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Collective Soul, the 30th anniversary celebration, live in concert. January 18th, Legends Casino Hotel, Toppenish. An evening with Collective Soul. Buy tickets now at Ticketmaster and the Legends Casino gift shop. Come celebrate 30 years with Collective Soul. January 18th at Legends Casino Hotel, Toppenish.
That's right! Are your closets overflowing? Is your garage filled with things you no longer need? When you donate to Goodwill, you're not just clearing space in your home, you're creating opportunities for those in need. By donating or shopping at Goodwill, you actively contribute to local employment opportunities and help individuals find work within your community. So donate your gently used items to Goodwill, and together we can transform lives and build a brighter future. Shop Goodwill, changing lives through the power of work.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Save big this Christmas with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, posted at bimart.com. There's 20 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for the holidays. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
Feel the magic of Christmas at Walker's Furniture with big savings of 15 to 40% off. And say yes to no money down, no minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years, making it the season to remember at Walker's.
Happening right now, you might witness a special Christmas convoy tonight in Kennewick. This image and information comes from the City of Richland's Facebook page. The Post says the Lower Valley Christmas trucks were expected around 6 in Kennewick. The trucks will be cruising around the city. They will end their cruising tonight at the Giza Carousel of Dreams around 8 p.m. A big challenge during pregnancy. Now researchers think they know what's to blame for severe morning sickness. Also, big changes coming to Richland. We're live to explain how millions of dollars will transform parts of the city. Plus, the home where 4 University of Idaho students were found murdered will soon be history. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Tonight, we're taking an in-depth look at significant changes planned for Richland's downtown corridor. Apple Valley News Now's Alyssa Warner joins us live. Alyssa, we've been talking about a big grant from the federal government. When should people expect to see those changes on the road?
Hey Jill, yeah, I'm here on George Washington Way in Richland. The Department of Transportation is giving the city more than $11 million to improve safety for drivers, bicyclists, and pedestrians along this 1 mile stretch of George Washington Way on one side, Jadwin Avenue on the other, from where it connects with Jadwin down in the south up to Simons in the north, that 1 mile long stretch that ends up near the Uptown Shopping Center, for those of you familiar with the area. Now, for right now, there's a lot of traffic here. There's not a whole lot of sidewalk space, much less even a bike lane along George Washington Way. And as we see more and more people moving in, the city just really had to find a way to give everyone a little more room to move in a space where they really can't make the road itself any wider. So the answer that they came up with is turning both George Washington Way and Jadwin Avenue into one-way streets.
We studied it intensely in 2019, and the City Council made a decision to go this direction. That started the process of doing a little bit more design work and then hunting for funds to put it together. We've scheduled to go to construction in early 25, so we're spending next year finishing all the design, accumulating the final bits of money we need, and the idea is to launch it in 25.
Now, this is all still a ways away. The city will have information sessions for people before they start work. If everything goes according to plan, you can start expecting to see those information sessions with a closer look at some of the details of this plan coming up in the next year. Now, this is not the only change planned for George Washington Way in Richland. Public Works Director tells me that they're also planning to streamline the intersection over at Columbia Point Way. That is, Columbia Point Drive, which is the intersection near Winco, again, for those of you who are familiar with this area. So we're going to keep our eyes on that, keep you updated with developments as we learn more. But for right now, Jill, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Alyssa. Let's talk weather. Stacey Lee joins us now with your First Alert weather forecast.
And not a bad looking night. We did have some clouds move back into the area. It's 40 degrees in our Legends Casino Skycan on Columbia Point. Winds are zip right now. Our sunset was early at 4:10. Soon, that's going to start switching and we'll start adding time to the clock. But right now, we're tracking some low visibility through Cle Elum with more fog hanging there. It's been days and days and days. Everywhere else, pretty good. We are starting to see a little bit of fog developing in the Walla Walla area tonight. Our temperatures tonight are going to be on the chilly side, below the freezing level, all through the Yakima, Kittitas, and Columbia Basin and foothills of the Blue. So chilly night for us ahead. That air stagnation advisory is in place now for Yakima and Kittitas Valley through 10 a.m. on Monday. Poor air quality possible. We'll be tracking that closely through the weekend. Remember, no outdoor burning and limit your use of wood burning devices. I'll get to more in your First Alert full weather forecast. Jill?
Thank you, Stacey. New developments tonight regarding the Moscow home where 4 University of Idaho students were found murdered in November of 2022. It's the same location where someone killed Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. In 2 weeks, Germer construction crews will begin demolishing the house while students remain on Christmas break.
I think each significant event that happens is one further step toward healing. It's a long road, not only for the university and for our students, but most certainly for those families.
Meanwhile, Brian Koberger stands charged in the murders. His defense team showed up this afternoon at the house and gathered photos, measurements, and drone footage of the area in preparation of the trial in which Koberger faces the death penalty. Representative Gina Mossbrucker has pre-filed a new bill that would help make the process of surrendering a child safer for newborns. Washington State already has a safe haven law that allows parents unable to care for their newborns to safely relinquish them to hospital workers or firefighters. But House Bill 1888 would extend that to safe haven baby boxes, which provides a temperature-controlled, safe environment for the child, and after 30 seconds, notifies someone to come get them.
It gives you time to leave and not have to actually hand it to a provider, which is why often we hear stories about babies who are found in dumpsters or some other place just because they didn't want to hand it over. They wanted it safe, but they were too worried about liability.
The bill would provide funding specifically for at least 3 safe haven baby boxes, one each east of the Cascades, west of the Cascades, and in central Washington. A New York appeals court has rejected former President Trump's challenge to the gag order in his civil fraud trial. The order bars Trump and his attorneys from speaking publicly about Judge Engoron's court staff. Judge Engoron is overseeing the trial in their ruling. The appeals court said the former president didn't use the proper legal vehicle to challenge the gag order and sanctions. Testimony ended Wednesday in the civil fraud trial after 11 weeks in court. The parties involved have until January 5th to file supplemental briefs in the case. Oral arguments resume in court January 11th before the judge presents a final verdict. The U.S. Supreme Court will hear an appeal from a man accused in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The 9 justices will examine whether part of a federal obstruction law can be used to prosecute Joseph Fisher. Fisher was charged with multiple federal crimes for his alleged role in the attack. The issue at hand is a specific provision of a law which makes it a crime for anyone who obstructs, influences, or impedes any official proceeding, and what the government must prove with regard to intent. However, the justices' ruling could also impact hundreds of January 6th defendants' cases, as well as one of the cases against former President Trump. A ruling is expected next summer. Thousands of military personnel will receive bigger paychecks next year. That after the House passed the National Defense Authorization Act. It includes the largest pay bump for America's military members in more than 2 decades. However, some previous key provisions were taken out, and a key battle over war aid for Ukraine and Israel is expected to go unresolved until next year. Laura Aguirre has more on today's House vote.
House lawmakers approved the annual renewal of the National Defense Authorization Act. Already passed by the Senate, it has a price tag tipping just past $886 billion.
There are men and women on the front lines across this nation and across the world who are doing the work of this nation.
The bill includes the military's biggest pay raise in more than 20 years, over 5%. It also gives many members additional pay allowances to help with off-base housing and meeting monthly expenses, a move that could boost lagging recruitment numbers.
Of the 5 Defense Department service branches, only 2, the Marine Corps and Space Force, met their active duty enlistment recruitment goals for the fiscal year 2023. In the midst of this recruiting crisis, it makes 0 sense to artificially limit the reach of our military recruitment advertisements.
Controversial provisions related to abortion services and transgender health care for service members were left out, despite being included in a House defense bill that passed this summer. The bill extends current aid for Ukraine through the end of 2026, but funding for a separate $105 billion national security package covering both Ukraine and Israel aid remains mired in bipartisan contention.
I'm very disappointed that we are breaking for the holidays without additional Ukraine funding, without additional Israel funding, without additional humanitarian funding.
The NDAA now goes to President Joe Biden's desk to be signed into law. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Also in the legislation, 8,000 service members discharged for refusing to get the COVID-19 vaccine while on active duty will be given a path to reinstatement. It also places a hiring freeze on diversity, equity, and inclusion positions until the U.S. Government Accountability Office completes an investigation of the Pentagon's DEI programs. A small improvement in the home buying landscape. Mortgage rates have fallen below 7% this week. It's the first time that's happened since mid-August. Data released today by Freddie Mac shows the rate dropped to an average of 6.95%. It's a decrease from 7.3% the week prior. This is the 7th straight week of rate declines. This week, the Federal Reserve chose to leave interest rates unchanged and signaled that rate cuts could be on the horizon. Renters may soon pay less for their living space. According to real estate company Redfin, the median asking rent dropped a little more than 2% in November from the year prior. That comes out to $1,967, which Redfin says marks the largest yearly drop since February 2020. The realtor credits a surge of apartment building construction for the reduced rent costs. The company says the number of finished apartments jumped 7% in the third quarter. Despite the price drop, rents remain 22% higher than in November of 2019, before the pandemic began. The median asking rent in August 2022 exceeded $2,000. A frightening string of incidents. 3 female college students say someone tried to abduct them. The latest on the investigation coming up. Plus, it really feels like December in eastern Washington. Stacey Lee is tracking the first alert forecast next. Also, researchers believe they know what's to blame for severe morning sickness during pregnancy. You're watching Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Fred's year-end clearance sale is on now. Save on dishwashers, laundry sets, refrigerators, and more during this sale.
Like this Bosch dishwasher marked down to only $4.49 while supplies last. That's a great value.
This stainless Bosch dishwasher is one of Bosch's best sellers.
$4.49 for a Bosch dishwasher is a terrific buy, but hurry, these dishwashers won't last long.
Come in and save at Fred's year-end clearance sale.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Hi, I'm Gino at Italstone.
Hi, I'm Andrew at Italstone. Excited to join my father's business, a true family business.
And we got great news for you. We just got a fantastic deal on quartz and granite slabs that we want to pass on to you. You'll be shocked at the savings. Come and see us for a free estimate. You'll be glad you did. We are with you every step of the way.
Save big now during the year-end sales event at Valley Nissan. Take advantage of our best selection in over 2 years. Discounts so big, the manufacturer won't let us post them. Valley Nissan is dealing on every new Nissan in stock. We must sell them fast so we can earn more from the manufacturer. Save on Rogue, Frontier, Altima, Titan, Pathfinder, and Sentra. Every vehicle tagged with full savings, plus get top dollar for your valuable trade-in. Don't miss the year-end sales event going on now at Valley Nissan.
Count on Apple Valley News Now and ABC for the most magical holiday programs ever, including favorites from Disney, plus so much more. Apple Valley News Now holiday shows, proudly sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health, your 5-star rated hospital.
Before it went through decades of design work, your mattress started with the most important detail of all, our name. Stearns & Foster, Uncover Exceptional.
Mattress Depot USA.
Welcome back. Law enforcement now desperately searching for a suspect or suspects following terrifying attempted abductions at the University of Arizona within the past week. At least 3 female college students reported being followed or groped, according to Tucson police. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has the latest on the investigation.
The urgent search for a suspect or suspects after a string of attempted kidnappings at the University of Arizona has left the community on edge.
The Tucson Police Department has dedicated patrol, investigative, and forensic personnel who are working tirelessly to identify and arrest the suspect or suspects involved in these incidents.
Within less than a week and within a mile of one another, Tucson police say there have been at least 3 attempted kidnappings of female students, each incident similar, with a man following the women in his car.
5'10" to 6 foot tall, medium to heavy set build with close buzz cut hair.
Police say one victim was attacked from behind. Once she screamed, the suspect ran away. The next victim reported being followed by a car. The third victim says she was groped but able to escape. Now university students say they're taking precautions.
I'm not with at least 2 other people walking around at night. I won't be around by myself.
That was ABC's Jacqueline Lee reporting. The FBI, U.S. Marshal Service, and multiple local police departments are taking part in the investigation. Police are asking residents to share doorbell camera videos. In health news, researchers believe they've found the cause of severe morning sickness. They say it's related to a single hormone called GDF15. The study found the amount of the hormone in a pregnant woman's blood, as well as exposure to it before getting pregnant, will dictate the severity of her symptoms. The study's authors say this discovery could help lead to better treatments for severe cases of morning sickness. You can find the study in the journal Nature. A surprise lung cancer diagnosis for an actress from the show The Big Bang Theory, despite never smoking cigarettes. Kate Micucci continues to recover from cancer removal surgery. Research shows a rise in lung cancer cases even among those who've never smoked.
Upwards of 20%, especially of women who get lung cancer, are never smokers. Most of the people we see who are non-smokers who get lung cancer don't have a documented other cause.
According to the nonprofit Women's Health Access Matters, lung cancer cases among women have skyrocketed 84% over the past 42 years. The organization says non-smoking women are more than 2 times likely to get lung cancer than men who don't smoke. According to the American Cancer Society, secondhand smoke exposure, pollution, family history, and other factors can contribute to lung cancer diagnosis. But there's not always a clear culprit.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And it's been a pretty nice day. We had a few sun breaks out there. Clouds started rolling in later this afternoon. Legends Casino Skycam, Columbia Point in Richland, 40 degrees, so it's fairly warm. We're going to drop, though, down to the 20s. And here's what's going on our radar and satellite. We're kind of sitting between 2 jet streams, which is going to give us clear skies. So a quick shortwave moved through over the afternoon across the Cascades, bringing a few snowflakes. We stayed pretty dry, though, around the area. Here's what our weather pattern looks like over the next 3 days. That ridge of high pressure riding on this jet stream, but we're sitting in between these 2 jets. So most of the moisture that is headed up from the South Pacific is headed towards the Canadian border here, just above Washington State. So fairly clear skies moving through the next couple of days. Let's take a look at Futurecast. There's those clouds that we're seeing tonight through the area, and we'll continue to see them, but they'll start to lift and move out of the area. However, we are going to see some fog developing in the morning, but we should see some sun breaks later in the afternoon, getting through our Friday, moving into Saturday. Mostly clear skies again with that fog possible, especially in the morning hours and the late night, overnight hours as the temperatures drop. We also have an air stagnation advisory that's been issued until Monday through the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. We could see poor air quality developing there in the next couple of days. We'll keep a close eye on that. A reminder of no outdoor burning and limit your use of wood burning stoves or fireplaces unless it's your only way of heating your home. So far we are already starting to see that air quality change in the Toppenish area, also in the Dalles, but we'll keep a close eye on Yakima and the Kittitas Valley. Our temperatures have been running just a little bit above average. We're sitting at average today in the Columbia Basin. We're going to drop down for the next few days below the average and then pop right back up as we head towards Christmas week. There we are in the 40s again, just above average slightly in Yakima, cooling down on Monday and then right back above average. So not bad. If you're heading to the west side this weekend, Seattle hasn't had a rain-free weekend in quite a while, so looking good. 40s and 50s with our overnight lows in the 30s. Heading into the Portland area this weekend, those temperatures staying in the 50s. Dry as well with temperatures at night in the 30s. And if you're heading into Spokane, be prepared for a little bit of fog developing Friday night, Saturday morning, but staying dry there as well. Also more fog Saturday into Sunday with those chilly overnight lows in the 20s. Let's take a look at our temps around our neck of the woods tonight. It is going to be a little chilly there in the Yakima Valley, 20s and hitting 30 for Yakima. Columbia Basin, we'll see those temperatures all staying below 30 degrees other than Hermiston, and looking towards the foothills of the Blues, the cold spot will be Pendleton overnight at 28 degrees. Let's take a look at our temps for tomorrow. We'll see the 30s and 40s all through the area. Again, just slightly above or below the average for this time of year. Not a bad looking forecast. Planning your day tomorrow, grab that coat in the morning, the hat, the scarves, the gloves. Going to be a little chilly, a little overcast, but But we should start to see some sun breaks early afternoon in Yakima, a little bit later in the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities, and Walla Walla. Unfortunately, we'll be dealing with low clouds and fog for most of the day, but hopefully we'll get a little break there as well. Stay with us. We've got more on the way. I've got your 7-day planning forecast and more. Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 is on the way.
Ben Franklin Transit is hiring safety-oriented coach operators. Become a crucial part of the Tri-Cities community and provide a vital service to our riders. Get out from behind a desk and experience a workday that keeps you moving. Enjoy CDL training, comprehensive benefits, and generous paid time off. When you're driving for Ben Franklin Transit, you're part of a growing team of community-oriented professionals. Apply now to join the Ben Franklin Transit team.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Let Columbia Safety's experienced staff prepare you for emergency situations. Get certified in CPR, first aid, nursing assistant, or EMT. Visit columbiasafety.net to sign up for our in-person or online courses. Columbia Safety, training for the future.
Want $500? It's Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities. To enter, click on contests at applevalleynews.com. $500. Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities and applevalleynews.com.
There once was a famed country music philosopher named Joe Diffie who said, if it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't have tailgates. So this got me thinking, if we didn't have tailgates, we wouldn't have tailgate parties. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't have tailgate parties, we probably wouldn't have football. And if we didn't have football, well anyway, I'm just thankful for tailgates, that's all. Here's to a great tailgate season. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Those of us considered morning people might get that from humans' early ancestors. Research found early risers may have inherited the genetic variant from Neanderthals. The study's authors say Neanderthals had a faster body clock to match the changing light levels at higher latitudes in Europe and Asia. That made rising early easier for that population. According to researchers, it's possible Neanderthals passed that genetic legacy down thousands of years to today. New evidence in the search for life in the universe. One of Saturn's moons may contain a building block for life. According to new analysis of NASA research, the moon likely contains hydrogen cyanide, an element thought to be key to the origin of life. Another finding, the moon's shell may contain a powerful source of chemical energy. According to scientists, it is the potential fuel for organisms. You can find the study in Nature Astronomy. We'll have a final look at your weather when we come back.
Want $500? It's Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities. To enter, click on contests at applevalleynews.com. $500. Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities and applevalleynews.com.
We wondered, where do people do their banking? So we asked. I bank at Hapo.
Hapo's my bank. I've been a member of Hapo since I was 10 years old, 60 years.
I bank at Hapo Community Credit Union.
I'm with Hapo.
You're not just a number there, you're treated really well.
I feel like they're part of my community.
It's easy, it's convenient, and I don't know, I just love the people there.
I guess the question we should be asking is, where do you credit union? Join Hapo Community Credit Union today.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot. Where could she?
Hey, everybody. I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone, 'cause she's an herbivore.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of it in a new Honda. Whether it's taking the gang to the slopes in an available all-wheel drive Pilot, delivering presents in a rugged Passport, or hauling a few toys for yourself in a powerful Ridgeline. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
ProClean Auto Detail Systems is fully staffed and here for you. We are taking extra precaution by offering free pickup and drop-off of your vehicle. Harsh winter conditions can be harmful to your vehicle's paint. Help protect it with a coat of winter wax. Take your interior clean to the next level with BioPledge antimicrobial protection. Gift certificates are good for all our services, including details, starting at just $125. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday season. ProClean Auto Detail Systems, the future of auto detailing.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
All right, let's take a final look at the weather. Stacy, not too bad of a day today.
Hasn't been horrible. We did see a few sun breaks, so that's always nice. That's a bonus. But we've got that fog still possible late tonight, early tomorrow morning into the weekend, in that air stagnation advisory for Yakima and Kittitas. Temperature staying pretty mild, just right, hovering slightly above average or just below it, and those chilly overnight lows definitely remind you that it is December. Here's the Tri-Cities again, looking at that fog. Temperatures staying in the 30s, going back into the 40s next week, with that chance of precip coming Monday and Tuesday. So not a bad looking forecast heading into the week. A lot of people have been asking me, are we going to have that white Christmas? And it's not looking promising.
Oh no,
for a white Christmas in the area. Here's what it looks like in Walla Walla. You might have to go up to the mountains to catch some of that snow, but we are going to hopefully see some new snow accumulation next week in the Cascades. So good for the ski resorts, and overall just enjoy this mild weather that we've been seeing this winter.
I mean, I'm always happy not to drive in the snow, so I'll take that. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. We are back tonight at 11.